What happens when you take a classic story of good versus evil and set it in one of the most detailed fictional worlds of all time? Well, you get J.R.R. Tolkien's The Lord of the Rings, one of the greatest epics in the fantasy genre and the inspiration for one of the most popular film trilogies out there. Peter Jackson's classic films are easily some of my favorite movies, right up there with The Lion King. Not only are they amazingly accomplished as films themselves, but they are also some of the best book-to-movie adaptations I have ever seen. For each one, I'll be doing both a traditional review of the film's merits and a fan review in which I analyze what the movie does well in regards to adapting its source material. So don't fret, you hardcore fans. I haven't forgotten about you. Without further ado, let's take a look at The Fellowship of the Ring. Taking place in the fictional land of Middle-earth, the film begins with the mythical Rings of Power, granting the right to rule, being gifted to the three most significant races, the proud and gallant men, the immortal and wise elves, and the hardy and powerful dwarves. Unbeknownst to all, the Dark Lord Sauron secretly forges a Master Ring to control all the others, infusing this weapon with his malicious spirit and power. Using his armies of orcs and beasts, Sauron wages war on the free peoples of Middle-earth until he is eventually thwarted by the last alliance of men and elves. After remaining hidden for 3,000 years, the ring is found by a hobbit named Bilbo Baggins. Decades later, Bilbo's nephew Frodo inherits the ring and discovers the evil that it holds as Sauron's forces begin to muster once again. Guided by the wizard Gandalf, Frodo sets out on a quest to destroy the ring, and by extension, Sauron himself, by casting it into the place where it was forged, Mount Doom. Along the way, he is joined by his friends and other diverse companions who form the Fellowship of the Ring. That's a pretty elaborate backstory, wouldn't you say? At the heart of it all, though, is a classic tale of good trying desperately to triumph over evil. It always adheres to that and makes itself accessible to both fans and casual moviegoers. What really works is the way that the script balances exposition and backstory with the main narrative and character development, never letting one eclipse the other. You are given the information that you need to know, but the movie never becomes bogged down in trying to fill you in at its own expense. In that regard, it earns its lengthy runtime and maintains a steady pace. Part of that has to do with how it draws you in. On top of the world being beautifully realized through the sweeping cinematography, it has an excellent mix of practical and computer-generated effects. The locales and inhabitants of Middle-earth feel organic due to the makeup and prosthetics, intricate production design, and seamless use of miniatures. Look at these orcs and how gleefully disgusting they are. This isn't just an effects show, however, as the movie sports powerful performances from its sizable cast. As far as I'm concerned, every single actor or actress here is perfect for their respective roles. Elijah Wood has a likable naivete as Frodo. Sean Astin, Billy Boyd, and Dominic Monaghan are all personably loyal as the other three hobbits. Ian McKellen brings a gruff wisdom to Gandalf. Viggo Mortensen flawlessly balances the kingly nobility and the rough ranger as Aragorn, my personal favorite character. Sean Bean brings a vulnerability to Boromir that beautifully contrasts with the confident warrior persona. Orlando Bloom naturally exudes an elven grace as Legolas. John Rhys-Davies is enjoyable in his rough and tough demeanor as the dwarf Gimli. Christopher Lee is frighteningly imposing and darkly ambitious as the wizard Saruman. Hugo Weaving mixes stern authority with elven wisdom as Elrond. Ian Holm effortlessly switches between manic and weathered as Bilbo. Cate Blanchett is fittingly kind while also bringing an ethereal wisdom to elven ruler Galadriel, and Liv Tyler possesses an otherworldly beauty and a courageously adventurous side as Arwen, Aragorn's elf lover. Can you think of anyone who is miscast? I can't. Further adding to the spectacle is the slew of well-staged action scenes. Not only are they filmed in such a way where you can clearly make out what is going on at all times, but the stunt work and choreography are so elaborate that it really feels like you're in the middle of a big battle. In addition, the whole movie is strengthened by the excellent music from Howard Shore. Each and every scene has its own distinctive theme. with no musical cues sounding the same and all of them managing to be both striking and memorably pleasant. How can you deny the quality of that? Even if you aren't enamored with this series, can you honestly deny the talent that goes into it? The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring is a true cinematic classic in every sense, bringing great performances, terrific production design, convincing effects, breathtaking cinematography, and a script that translates Tolkien's work to the big screen without compromising its essence.